right, I think we're live here on Twitch. My name is Matt, and I have my Xbox 360 fired up, and what we're going to do is we're going to start a segment that I want to try out called Red Ring Power Hour. So I have a YouTube channel called Red Ring Media, where when I have some time, I'm trying to do Xbox 360 reviews, collections, content, just different things. I have my Twitch channel here, which is called Loose Leaf Matt, and also I have a Facebook group called Xbox 360 USA. I just started it. It's very small. If you want to join, feel free to. I'm probably going to try to share this link out so that it's out there on that page. And what I want to do with this Red Ring Media Power Hour is I'm a dad. I have a full-time job, and I don't have a lot of time to play games. So I've recently been trying to collect for my Xbox 360, just get some games that I used to play, games I've never played, things I wanted to play back then. And I'm going to give these games a 1 hour test run. Hence the name Power Hour. I just want to try them out, see how the gameplay is, if the visuals are good, if they stand up, if it's how the difficulty is, just the learning curve, and see whether it's worth playing, whether it's worth continuing to play or not. So with that, we're going to get it going because I don't have a ton of time, and obviously time is precious, so we're going to fire this up. I don't know if I said what the game was, but it's something that I picked up. It's called ZOIDS Assault, and this is kind of a fun one. I remember playing or watching Zoids whenever I was growing up, getting up for school. And it was just one of the cartoons that I watched before school as I ate my cereal in the morning. And it was always a lot of fun. Obviously, you look back on it with those rose-tinted glasses. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about it other than should be some sort of a mech type game. It says it's a new generation of Zoids. Take command of the fearsome war machines known as Zoids. You are Mace Squad, an elite tactical unit sent. You are Mace Squad. Oh, okay. You're part of that squad. You are Mace Squad. I thought it was telling me I was a person. You are Mace Squad, an elite tactical unit sent behind enemy lines as a covert response to the mysterious explosion that has obliterated your base. In the midst of a Cold War, you are the country's only hope in a deadly battle that it doesn't even know it's fighting. So there's customizable mecha, specialized tactics, and a unit support system. And those are just kind of the highlights off of the back of this. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about it. The box art's pretty cool. I'm excited to give this a try. It was one of those games whenever I was looking at the 360 games here in 2025. It was one of the more expensive games. As I understand it, it was not a highly priced game. And then, I don't know if this is true or not, but what I read was somebody had bought up a significant portion of the inventory somewhere, just the price pump. And I don't know if it was an attempt to pump and dump to make that just a more attractive game, or I don't know exactly what it was, but I probably paid, I don't know, $40 to $50 on eBay. I don't even remember right now, but I could go back and look, but I think it was about a $50 game whenever I purchased it. It says it's only on Xbox 360, at least on the front of this box art, so that's pretty cool. It's an Atlas game. I'm going to get it started here while we're talking, but it's interesting. I think Atlas is one of the desired video game studios. Some people like to collect just Atlas games, and so that's interesting. But we're going to see here how this is. Real quick, I'm going to move over, Move over. Move over. That. The opening cinematics are pretty cool here. No. I'm just going to share this out to my 360 group. I'm going to post it here, and these guys are all going to be like not understanding what I'm doing at all. It'll be fun. It's a little surprise. Chat blowing up on the sideline there. Let's see here. Moving. ZOIDS ASSAULT. All right, cool. I have this recording. Okay, that's good. All right, great. So let's see here. Do new game. Hard drive.
The ceasefire agreement has been signed. All units stand down. We're still in enemy territory, so stay at elevated alert.
All ZOIDS have downloaded the ceasefire code. All satellite weapon guidance is terminated, and weapons are locked.
Tango 8, this is the 99th Mobile Platoon, the Bloody Swords. All units are now standing down. Please confirm.
This is Tango 8. We read that all units have entered ceasefire mode. Keep your connection to the satellite open.
The 104th is also standing down now.
Archibald's platoon, eh?
You know him?
Yeah, he's old, but he's an incredible Zoid pilot.
I'm glad this war's over. I can't wait to give my kids a big hug. You better shower first, Sergeant Gardner. What? You got a bad funk. And you've been cooped up in that Zoid for how long? Oh, your kids won't be happy about that hug. Seriously, you think I stink? Sir, you are the worst smelling soldier I have ever served with.
Bolton, Gardner, show some respect. Lieutenant Harris lost his daughter in the air raids, remember? This war, this ceasefire. My brother and I really don't see eye to eye. He's done something horrible. The worst thing a politician can do.
What's wrong with him finding a peaceful solution?
That's not it. When we get home, I'm planning on denouncing him.
Denounce?
My brother did something that just can't be forgiven.
Major, we've received a message from Sergeant Major Archibald of the 104th. They've spotted an enemy Zoid platoon.
What?
Sir, something's locked onto me. But this has to be some kind of mistake. Aren't their weapons supposed to be locked too?
Is something wrong with the satellite?
Sir, the 104th is under attack too.
It looks like
Tango
this
8,
ceasefire
this is the
lasted
Bloody
really long.
Swords. We're under enemy attack. Repeat, we are under enemy attack. What's going on?
This is Tango 8. I cannot confirm that you are under attack. Do not open fire until I can obtain clearance for you to fire. I repeat, do not open fire until I give you clearance.
What? We're getting shot up here. We'll be a smoking crater if you don't do something soon. New enemies on radar. We're surrounded on 3 sides. Aren't they really just gonna let us die out here?
Override the lockout, switch to manual, and return fire.
Bloody Swords, you don't have permission to open fire. You're violating a direct order. Stop your attack. Whiskey 5 is en route. Hold your position.
Stop screwing with us. We can't hold position without firing back. They'll fill us full of holes. Your damn satellite should be telling you what the hell is going on. All units retreat. Engage the enemy at range to secure your exit. Sir, Rafer's still back there.
I'm going back to cover Rafer. My controls aren't responding.
Tango 8, where the hell is our backup? Get out of there, Rafer. Get your Zoid if you have to.
I can't bail. The hatch won't open.
This is Whiskey 5. We've only managed to retrieve 3 members of the Bloody Swords. The other 2 members are MIA. Enemy fire is too hot. We're pulling out.
Wonderful. They have to go in and try to find those 2 missing guys.
Rafer. Tim.
So, 10 years later. The Defector. Alright, the war between the Republic of Helic and Gylos Empire draws in other nations and soon expands into a full-scale world war. The 3-Year War. Cut off from the rest of the world by mountain ranges, there exist 2 separate countries, the Republic of Meryl and the nation of Jamil. Meryl rests on Helic soil, while the nation of Jamil maintains allegiance to the Gylos Empire. Though they are isolated from the rest of the world, even these 2 smaller nations feel the effects of the Great War raging between their allies. It is only a matter of time before these 2 neighboring countries begin mobilizing for war themselves. In time, the 3-Year War ends. Meryl's ally, the Republic of Helic, are the victors. After the defeat of the Gylos Empire, peace descends across the world. However, the Republic of Meryl and the nation of Jamil find themselves in the midst of a Cold War despite the ceasefire. Oh, there's a lot of reading. Apologies and reparations. Normalization talks between Meryl and Jamil progress slowly but surely, with the Republic of Meryl agreeing to give economic aid to Jamil. However, President Ivan Stanhope of Meryl changes the agreement and reduces the amount of aid he will give to Jamil. Meryl's President Stanhope's diplomacy skills are put to the test, as many citizens of Jamil harbor ill feelings toward their neighbors after this decision to decrease the economic aid, citing the loss of over 1 million civilian lives and billions of pecasus. Not sure what that is. In damages. I wonder if that's their currency, pecasus, in damages from Meryl's bombings during the war. Nevertheless, the Secretary of Jamil issues a statement that the nation accepts Meryl's apologies and monetary assistance. Demonstrations hit Meryl and Jamil. 3 weeks after the talks between Jamil and Meryl, mass peace demonstrations hit both nations. Students fled the streets and entreat politicians, reporters, business owners, families of the deceased, and active military personnel to abandon hatred and seek a route of peace between the nations. President to attend Senate Council. President Stanhope will attend a provisional meeting of the National Defense Council today. For security reasons, the topic of discussion and the list of participants cannot be revealed. However, it is rumored that they will be convening to discuss the ZOW base and Ram Tower ward explosions, which occurred just after the normalization talks between the nations began. Hopefully my narration is good for you guys.
Everyone, please take your seats. The Republic National Defense Council will now convene for discussion of the 155th and the 182nd bills. I respectfully remind everyone that the matters to be discussed here today are classified as Level 1 National Defense Secrets. According to Provision 9 of the Council Articles, everything spoken here is not to be mentioned outside these doors. Any recordings of this day's events will be designated top secret. And now, if the witness will please take the stand, we will begin.
I am Staff Sergeant Jessica Lambert. My serial number is DZC000999. I belong to the General Information Division Investigation Branch. My real name is Alexius Van Clift. 3 years ago, I defected to the Republic of Morol from Jamil.
What is a defector doing in the army? What is the Defense Council thinking? She's obviously a spy.
Order! Order! Please be quiet.
My father was Dr. Reed Van Clift. He was a physical engineering professor at the University of Jamil, and he was later recruited into Jamil's top-secret weapons development program. I entered the Jamil Army Preparatory Academy and graduated from the military academy when I was 20. I then joined the Jamil Army and worked as an assistant to my father until my defection. I was officially an assistant, but my primary mission was to maintain watch on my father, who was known to hold anti-government beliefs, and I was to report on him. It was painful for me to put my job as a soldier first, and be his daughter second as I observed him. I found out later that my father knew I was observing him the entire time, but he didn't do anything about it. Then one day, my father showed me a set of plans and explained to me what they were. I was shocked. They were blueprints for an experimental superweapon. It was larger than anything I'd ever seen. He told me that it was going to be used against Jamil's enemies. But he also told me that the weapon didn't belong only to Jamil. He said that it also belonged to the Republic of Morol as well. I spent a month memorizing each word of those plans and that system. All 648 pages, and I fled to Morol.
Whatever, spy. Give her a chance to speak.
On that day, snow fell in the dried-out lands of Jamil for the first time in 50 years. My father also fell in Jamil on that day. He sacrificed himself so that I could escape. I apologize for the diversion, but in order for my testimony on recent events to make any sense, I must begin by telling the Council about certain events that transpired in the past. I'll begin with the events that occurred on the night of December 11th, 974.
This is Major Tullis, Mace 1. Men are here. Here are our orders. Today at 0610 hours, 4 unidentified Zoids were picked up by our border radar. They're on our soil, but they refuse to answer our communications. We can't verify that they're from Jamil, but we have reason to believe they may be hostile. The unidentified Zoids are heading south through the forest, be on elevated alert. We need to intercept them on their path, and if they are a threat, eliminate them. Our vehicles have been installed with the latest EMP weapons. The electromagnetic pulse will wreak havoc on their systems, so don't forget about it. Wait, what's this? Red alert. The Zoids have been confirmed as hostile. At this time, we still do not know if they are from Jamil. Be ready to move out at 0645. Mission 1, Scramble. Commander Zoids have higher scanning capabilities, increasing their skill at delivering support attacks. They should be high priority targets. That's our tip. Those Zoids are pretty big. Look at that guy in the background there. Alright, so first impression is, this reminds me a lot of Gundam, which I was not a huge fan of. Not that I wasn't a huge fan of it. Probably if I would have devoted more time to it, I could have enjoyed it, but I don't know. There's enough politics in real world. I don't know that I enjoy trying to delve into the politics of trying to memorize and figure out all the politics of these video games, but review mission, so intermission. We have 4 different items here, a briefing. I'm going to go ahead and hit start on the timer here. Oh, we already did this. That's crap. So we already did this. So the briefing reviews what we already saw. Units. Customize your pilots and vehicles. View your unit stats. So we have an S-Liger, we have a Seawolf, we have a Bison, we have another Seawolf, a GN, and another S-Liger. Okay. I'm assuming we probably can't do a whole lot with them right now. Yeah. I'm not going to waste too much time here just yet. I'm assuming skills and data disks, value data disks, so save or load game data. Okay, start mission. Yep, preparations are complete. Let's get this moving. Alright, select the unit you'd like to place. Okay. So I don't know, I'm not 100% sure what these little icons mean beside their level. You have like a filled in play button, like a non-filled in play button, an arrow, and some sort of wrench, almost like repairs. So we're just going to set these in combat, these positions short. Alright, attention May Squad. Before we engage, our radar showing the Army hasn't retrieved all the supply containers. If you can destroy the outer casing of the container while we're out here, you might find valuable equipment inside. But don't get yourselves killed in the process. Let's move out. Defeat all enemies. All allies are defeat is when all allies are defeated. Okay. Alright. Interesting. This is pretty cool. Let's move these guys around. Probably don't want them all clumped up, huh? Seems like it's going to be turn-based tactical. I don't want to get all these guys all jammed up here. So that must mean that I'm going to be within attack range. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. So it's not letting me counter, I don't know why. I'm just doing no action, I suppose. like the animation. It's pretty cool. Let's attack this guy. Right in his face. So I can counter there. Interesting. Oh, how'd I miss? This game does a pretty good job of using the, oh my gosh, I can't even think. The gyros in the controller. So whenever they're running, you can feel the controller vibrate every time they're shooting with the cannons and the machine guns. You can feel it really vibrating on you. It's pretty cool. It has this crazy like grayscale. It's interesting. So they're like. I'm trying to determine here. Looks like when they're in the cinematics. I can't compare. Interesting. Alright. Yep. So we're countered. So the gold guys must be the bad guys. And then, like, I don't know, they have almost like a golden canyon or something. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, my guy's getting beat up. Let's see here. So it's interesting. I wasn't sure what to expect with this. Obviously, it's pretty cool in the way they have this. I can't counter. I must be too far away. That must be why it wouldn't let me counter before. I thought maybe you were going to be able to actually pilot them. Maybe I'm too close. I thought you were going to be able to like pilot them and run around and do all the attacks and different things, you know, kind of almost like a running gun. That would have been pretty cool. I used to play Mech Warrior. I used to play Mech Warrior on my computer, so you get in there and you'd actually pilot mechs and, you know, upgrade and change your weapons and do all the different things. And you have different missiles and different things you can do. From my memory, at least that's what I remember. It's pretty cool. Let's move this guy here. sucks to suck. We're gonna go this direction. That guy's not doing too hot, so we're gonna do one of these. I want to see if we can do that EMP thing. That would be pretty cool. Get my max out of the way. That's one, sorry. Give it a try. Can't counter that, so. I have to say, the cinematics are pretty good on this. I like whenever they're in the battle, like whenever they're doing the attack, they do a pretty good job of getting the camera angles pretty good. Let's see if we can gang up on this guy. Oh, wait. It's weird what angles you can shoot from. Nice. I'm getting reinforcements on the radar. I'm confirming those reinforcements back at. Aren't ready. Let's not get overrun. Stay calm and eliminate them before they surround us. I'm not sure that I understand completely what that container does it. I shot that container and blew it up. I don't know if it's supposed to give me ammunition. Is there any ammunition in this? Gotta repair myself. Well, that's good. I can't counter it. The short range and the long range guns, yeah, it's all tactical. It's all about making sure you're in the correct vicinity. That's where you can hit. Let's see. Put him here. That'll work. Maybe I can repair him. Alright, so we're taking these guys out. Not doing bad. Alright. Over here. We need to get him a little bit of health. Something over here. Attack. That guy. Get ganged up on these guys, it's not too bad. It's interesting, if they're in range, they must double attack with the guy that's still in range. It's pretty cool, I like that. Alright, can't counterattack, so no action. That's cannon, pretty wicked. That can't really not very good. Yeah. Didn't balance it out very well. Alright. Attack that guy. Turn around. We're facing the other way. This guy moving down. I can't get in range of that guy. Interesting. Back up. for about 20 minutes. Alright, I'm getting stacked on top of myself here, so this is not great. That's alright, I'm drawing it away a little bit. No counterattack. It is pretty nice that it does the let's see. Interesting. Oh, I like that. Hey, what are you doing? I heard him calling for me. You guys going outside?
So,
Okay.
so they're upstairs.
Okay. Let's see here. Close and personal fighter here. Let's see if we can knock this guy out. Shoot. There we go. I do find it interesting. So, specifically on the map there, as well as the backdrops and backgrounds, you know, they have the trees and all the different things. They have this broken down log or whatever you want to call it. But when you blow up and destroy one, they're not laying there. It's like they disappear, they go away. Not necessarily a bad thing, but just an observation. So. Come on, knock him out. That was enough. Glancing him. We've confirmed elimination of the hostile ZOIDS. Let's head back to the ZOW base. Maintain elevated alert. Very cool. Alright, so we got new skills. Obtained items. Okay, so Hornet 100 and a called them. Cool. Sure, we'll save the game. And for anybody watching there, that was my wife coming down and letting me know that she's taking a couple of kids outside and there are a couple upstairs. So if I hear screaming, I'm probably going to have to pause and just run. But we'll see what we can do here. Okay, Border District in state of tension. This newspaper has just discovered an ongoing large-scale Army and Navy war game occurring from 0500 on the 19th of this month and continuing up until now. in one of our border districts. The Merrill Army's 1st and 6th Divisions and 12th Brigade have been implicated with 103 Zoid pilots. Meanwhile, the Merrill Navy has been perfecting its landing maneuvers. These war games cast a shadow over the great strides we have made in peace negotiations with the people of Jamel. In addition, this runs contrary to President Stanhope's official request to the Ministry of Defense to cease such military exercises.
That date is after Jamil agreed to normalization talks,
Jamil.
but only after demanding an incredible amount of recompensation. They claim the amount of money was justified due to the damages Morol caused, but in actuality, they just wanted money to pay off the astronomical debt forced upon them by the Gylos Empire. At first, Morol refused, so in order to get Morol to accept this condition, Jamil devised a scheme to tip the negotiations. They began preparing the legendary Claw
You
of
figured the
Flame.
guy in the wheelchair is
There
they
is
keep
an old legend in
panning over
Jamil that
to
we
him.
heard as school children about a
Is that
war
her
with
dad?
the gods and the formidable Claw of Flame.
She said that
The
he
gods were upset with humanity
got
and
killed,
tricked
right?
the powerful giants on Earth into attacking the humans. The mighty giants fought a brutal war with the humans, but eventually they discovered the gods had lied to them. Enraged, they tore the ground and even the very heavens with their claws of flame, not stopping until much of the world had been destroyed. Unfortunately, the Jamilian government would make the legendary Claws of Flame into a horrific reality.
This isn't story hour. If you just listen, you'd see she has a point.
Thank you, sir. During this period, Morol was under the impression that it was peacetime. Many of the Zoid platoons had been recalled from active duty, and daily life had effectively returned to normal for most people. However, in Jamil, things were the exact opposite of how they were in Morol. The people of Jamil continued to remain in a militarized state. To them, even though the ceasefire agreement had been signed, it was not peacetime. Instead of preparing for life after the war, Jamil was preparing for their next war. And this is when they secretly began work on their new trump card. Jamil developed and built the greatest weapon in history, the Claw of Flame. The claw was constructed in a remote location. Aside from my father, only the highest officials in the Jamilian government knew of its existence. It was designated the Exeter Project. It's pretty well known that Jamil's weapon technology was years behind Morol's. As such, they were forced to design the claw's primitive guidance system to depend on ground-based lasing of the target by ZOIDS instead of implementing onboard navigation. They decided to test it on one of our frontmost bases, Zao. At the time, Morol was forced to resume military scrambles on the border. Jamilian Zoids came within 4 kilostroms of Zao base.
Kilostrom. You know, that's one of the other things that's funny about some of these games. You know, obviously they have the different currencies and the different names of the currencies and whatnot, but even going as far as you know, what are different measurements and different names of these measurements and different things. So I wonder if it matters what field you're in. It's a forest, but I don't know if that makes a huge difference. I guess it probably makes a difference in whether you can attack through it or not. Alright, man, we got a signal from the Zao control room. At 17:36 today, patrol officers sighted Zoids from Jamil. It looks like it might be an invasion force. The enemy force is approaching the base through the forest. Let's take care of these units here before their reinforcements get within range. Listen up, men. Push ahead to the edge of the forest and fan out. As they emerge through the trees, we'll surround them. We need to divide into 2 groups, one in the northeast and one in the southeast. Don't give away our positions. Once you reach your destination, we need the element of surprise. Make sure you cover each other out there with your support attacks. As you target an enemy, be aware of the scan gauge to see how many of us can perform a support attack. Do you require additional briefing on the scan gauge and support attacks from the pilot's almanac? Yeah. Scan gauge. Okay, I remember seeing that. As an enemy enters your attack range, the scan gauge will appear. Be Your scan ability helps you understand more about the enemy and the terrain. Therefore, as your scan gauge rises, your attacks will be stronger and more accurate. Okay? I wonder if that has to do with the glancing blows and the different things, and then the misses. And a ZOID scan statistic affects how easily the scan gauge will rise. Be sure to take a vehicle's facing into account, since the ZOID's scan ability depends on the directional radar. Most ZOIDs gain the most scan benefit straight ahead, while a ZOID will not gain any scan gauge from behind. The key to covering each other in battle is to scan the enemy in conjunction with your allies. The strategic positioning of the team will ensure the most effective scan gauge readings. Okay. Support attacks. Your allies will assist you in battle if you meet the right conditions. Okay, so support attacks. That's where they're helping out whenever you make an attack, and then they start attacking on top. As you increase the scan gauge by surveying the enemy units, pay attention to the support count number. Oh, so the scan gauge is in red, and then the support count is... okay, alright. Got it. This number represents how many allies are able to offer a support attack, with a max of 3. When the scan gauge reaches 1 of 3 of its capacity, the support count will increase by 1. However, the enemy will perform support attacks as well, so pay attention to the support count above your allies. And one more thing, I am sure you have all obtained some new skills since the last mission. I expect each and every one of you to install necessary skills before our missions. Our rendezvous signal is set for 1750 hours. We don't have much time, so get ready fast. Okay, tip, destroying armor. Weapons with impact have a high chance of destroying armor. When you destroy an enemy's armor, their defense will be cut in half for any subsequent support attacks. Got it. Units, equipment. Now we can change the paint scheme. Good showtime. I like that. I don't like that the power drops so significantly. I'm very much a very like 1990s-esque player. Like sometimes they talk about Pokemon like in the different generations of Pokemon where, you know, like the first generation or even into, you know, silver and gold, like you'd just stack your Pokemon with all power attacks and never use any of the support systems or any of the support attacks unless you had to. That's how I approach life. Hit them hard, just keep pounding away till they're gone. I want to check out what some of these look like. I'll try Motley Blue on him. We got a Bison. Got a Bertha F. Okay. That's even worse. This cannon is designed for accuracy and breaking enemy armor. I don't know, those hit rates are not that great. I don't love that. Do showtime on Bison. To me, in my brain, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We're gonna go Motley Blue with him. So we got 2 Showtime and 2 Motley Blue. We are going to try an illusion with him. Alright. I apologize. Give me 5 here. I'm going to pause. So we're at about 35 minutes into this 1 hour power hour. This live stream's about 56 minutes and 57. It just rolled over. Give me 3 or 4 minutes. I'll be right back. And then we'll restart. Alright, folks. Hey, didn't do too bad. Let's see. Did we learn any skills? Yeah, we want to keep repair on. Alright, cool. View data disks to obtain. Alright, must not have any data disks. Operations are complete. Attentional maces. Enemies have been sighted. Prepare to attack. Alright then. I wonder if, obviously this is just round 2, it's basically when if you beat them, lose if they beat you. Can't reach out and hit it this point. Great. So why can my guy not do a support attack? No counter. Invaded. Yeah, that's right. counterattack. Right in my face. Should be able to turn that cannon straight down. Pow. We're out of range. That's right. Ooh, this is not good. They're really trying to pound me over here on the bottom side. Forgot to resume my timer. Alright, let's see where we're at. So... taking shot for shot at each other right now. Not great. Counter. Hit him with the big cannon. No counter, too close. One there. It's really hard to be tactical because you have like the north side and the south side, and it's like you don't know which direction the computer's going to go with it. I didn't know that they were going to go directly to the two at the bottom. At least I can get him. Get in. Alright. I'll let these guys over here and see if we can get them up to where my repairman is. That doesn't seem good. Oh, I baited it. That's good. That is not good. Oh, no. Well, let's see what we can do. I don't like that they divided us up. We should have stayed together in the pack. That would make more sense. By crazy design, they didn't do that. straight north. Didn't know any better. That little map in the bottom left is pretty cool. It's like almost like a battleship grid or something. Like the board game Battleship. Not specifically, but I mean you can see where your enemy is. But... Alright, that's good. Oh, I need to repair some guys here. Good. Yeah, it is good. It's good that they put a tank on there for repairing, but yeah, I'll do a counter. Okay, it's nice. It defaults to the counter if you can do it. Why would you not? Oh, knock him out. Alright, go. Evaded. It's like fuzzy fog of war is kind of interesting. Here, I'll put some personal. Maybe I don't want to be right up in his face. Where do I need to go? Interesting. Evaded. Don't know that I love that. Yeah, these guys seem like they're a lot better for some reason. Get some pot shots back there. I need to knock some of these guys out. There we go. There we go. I thought it was going to be evaded again. Holy cow. There we go. Knock these guys out. Let's get you prepared up. We got a lot of health. Oh, I don't know what to do with these guys. I think their running is very funny, where it's very linear, like 90-degree angles whenever you're going around corners. Alright. Might as well get him prepared up. Yikes. Unidentified ZOIDS approaching, closing in fast, put under Sunday's best men. Let's be sure we'll give them a warm welcome. Alright. Well. Some pot shot for that guy, I guess. So I'm getting crushed. Missing this much. Oh, that's good. You evaded it. Alright, let's just team up. Let's just get this guy. Nice. Should have what? 3. Good shot, good shot. Evaded. Hopefully he misses. Nope. How do I get reinforcements? So I keep sending these guys in. I'm down 2. I don't know if this game realizes that I'm the good guy. I'm the good guy in this situation, so no matter what that lady's saying. That political lady. Wait. Let me Get him. Good. Miss. That guy's just out there doing whatever. I'm gonna sit there and prepare myself. Wonder if you can get like a bunch of repair kits down the road, like each guy can have their own repair. That way you don't have to wait like every 5th or 3rd turn or whatever it is. Alright, where are we at? Not sure why my support guys are not helping a whole lot. Quick 1, 2, 3. I think they got 4 left. It's tough because they got full health. We only have 2 guys attacking. Got 1 guy trying to repair everybody. Why is he helping out? The thing that I can see that would be really frustrating with this is, these battles. So, how long is this? Half hour. So you get into this, you watch the cinematics for whatever mission you're on, and I prepare myself at this point. You watch the cinematics for all these, and then you get into this battle where it's a. Let's see if I can take this guy out. Or it's a 20 or 30 minute battle. Oh man, they're evading us. Maybe that's why they tried to get me to use those newer equipment. You get into this battle, it's 20 or 30 minutes, and if you lose, I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens here, because I don't think I'm going to pull this off. We're getting wrecked. left and right. That first battle was a tease. It was pretty easy. Kept trying to repair my guys. It didn't work out very well. Guess we'll do an EMP. Understand what the EMP is supposed to do because my understanding it's supposed to take the electronics offline, but if it doesn't take the electronics offline, then it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Can I not get? Interesting. I guess I'll attack this guy. And I didn't notice whenever I started this, I don't know that there was any difficulty level or anything that you could adjust or set, so I'm wondering if it just kind of is what it is. I mean, it's definitely, I don't know, I didn't know what to expect when I first fired this up. It was a little bit slow, and you know, as you get used to it, you understand the mechanics, you move faster in placing your characters. Your ZOIDS, which is good. But obviously there's some tactical stuff that I'm not understanding 100% at this point in time. I think this is my last guy, so we'll see here what happens whenever you get knocked out. We just lost the war, the Cold War. Maces, report on your vehicle's condition. Dang. I'm calling for a retreat. All maces fall back. Mission failed. Well, that is not how I wanted to end this video, but what it does show... Oh, go all the way back to the start screen. Shows what happens when you get into that situation. So, interesting. So, we can go and we can load. Go back into the mission that we were on. Okay. Or we can continue, which is probably like the most recent save. Or not. Interesting. ZOIDS Assault game has been loaded. Okay. Alright, so that brings us right back into this. Wonder if we can skip the cinematics and everything.
That date is after Jamil agreed to normalization.
We can. Okay. Alright. Well, that's at least nice that you don't have to go through and sit here. And then it will bring us right back into the game. So we'll save here. I'm just curious. Okay, so save complete. what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to title. I'm just curious if it brings it right back to the very, very beginning of all that cinematic stuff, or if it brings us to like the briefing screen. Okay, well that's nice too then. So you can go through and you can actually, when you get to this intermission screen at the beginning of each mission, you can go into your system, you can save it, and that way, if you already watched the cinematics, you can just blow past it and do all that. It is nice too because you can go back and re-listen to the briefing, which will give you an idea on the map there on the screen. You know, your red enemies up top, and then the blue ones where you're at. You know, and in this case, like the north and southern region. It also shows, I think those yellow ones must be like the crates that you can go, you know, blow up and get additional supplies. I still don't really understand that 100%, but I can dig it. This is definitely something that is an interesting game. So, you know, what have we learned here? What do we leave this with? I'm gonna blow my screen up here a little bit just so you can see me a little better. Maybe. So overall, you know, for our 1 hour power hour for the initial gameplay, ZOIDS Assault, pretty cool game. I didn't know exactly what to expect whenever I fired this up, but like I said in the beginning, I remember watching the ZOIDS cartoon, anime, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, I'm from the US. But it's a really cool tactical game, a tactical, you know, small unit military game. Obviously, it's set in the realm of Zoids, where you know you have these mecha, these mechanical fighting units, and you know you're piloting 5 of them at a time. At least in these first 2 missions, I don't know if you know if that number would increase or decrease. Obviously, the opponent had additional Zoids that came into battle. I don't know what it started with. I don't know how many they started with on the beginning of this mission, the second one here. It doesn't appear to be there's any difficulty that you can change. So kind of what you get is what you get. I'm not sure if it says how many missions that there actually are, but you know, it's pretty linear. I mean, you know, you follow the campaign, you follow the story of this, like, of the Cold War between these two, the Jamil and the oh my gosh, see, I don't even pay attention that closely to who we're fighting against. Jamil and it doesn't even tell you on the back here. Starts with an M. Anyways, the story for me so far, you know, it's not that exciting. You know, it's a typical military-esque type thing, where you have a backstory that's being played out in between these missions, and you're playing out the missions. The battlefield's pretty cool. I really like the tile-based layout. It definitely takes some tactical skill and some maneuvering to figure out what makes sense and what doesn't. It has that grayscale kind of, you know, 2000s, 2010s battle scene scenario where, you know, there's like that fog of war kind of covering the screens even in the cinematics. But boy, I like the cinematics a lot. You know, you get your guys placed in the specific locations and then they start attacking, and it has, you know, that very military like attack sequence where it shows how much damage is done, what kind of attack it is, and how much damage was applied to your opponent or to your character, to your Zoids. But it's cool. It's cool. I like that it has an upgrade system so that you can go through and you can apply different weaponry and armor. You know, it gives you a couple different options right off the bat for changing your camouflage or your paint scheme on your Zoids. And yeah, within the battle, I mean, you have free reign to play however you want. I mean, you know, you can run and gun, or you can play a little more tactically, and it's going to take some time for me to figure that out. But as far as you know, 1 hour power hour, which has turned into a 1 hour and 45-minute video, I could definitely see myself playing this and trying to, you know, get through all the missions and just see how they all pan out. It's a very cool concept, the turn-based style and just the attacking mechanics and the defense that you have to play. And we'll see how the story plays out. I mean, I don't know that I paid that close of attention to the specific names and the different regions that you're fighting for or fighting against. You know, that's just how my brain operates. I don't know. I kind of gloss over some of that. I'm interested in the mechanics of the game and just the gameplay a little bit more, specifically in this. When it comes to a very in-your-face, you know, military government type conflict storyline, I don't love that specifically. So again, I don't pay as close attention probably as I should, I guess. And again, that's just how my brain's wired. But overall, this game's pretty fun. I enjoy it. I'm definitely going to play further into it. I think there's going to be some games in this series where they're not as good. But I could definitely see myself playing farther into this and progressing. And I think the biggest drawback is, you know, you start that mission. They're long missions. I mean, I played 2 missions in the time frame that we have this video going, and you know, the first one went well, and then the second one, you could see the writing on the wall. And you know, just out of curiosity, I am gonna go in. I'm gonna start this mission because I don't know if you know that you're doing poorly. Here, I'll just place these guys real quick. I don't know if it gives you an option to start and restart, or what happens, you know. So let's see. So conditions, settings, radar map, battle display, vibration on, reset the default, confirm, okay. Withdraw from battle and return to the intermission screen. So if you know you're doing poorly, I mean, you got a couple guys knocked out right in the beginning, you can withdraw, return to the intermission screen. You will keep all experience and items you have gained. Well, that's cool. I mean, maybe you could just do a run and gun. You could rush up to those battle crates. It'd be interesting to do a little bit of research on what those battle crates actually get for you. But I mean, if you're looking for certain items or you're looking for specific things, or to just to grind a little bit before you actually play through, that might be worth doing. You know, just run and gun west past your opponents and try to get in there and see if you can blow up some of those crates and grab some of that equipment so that you can keep it. You know, it's an interesting tactic, I guess, but if I read that correctly, I think that makes sense. Yeah, all experience. So it would go to this mission results screen. It would go to your experience levels and different things. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to playing more of this. And maybe I'll try to break down the different missions just to put them on my YouTube channel. Cut the video up a little bit and load each one in there. That might be interesting too. But yeah, overall, this has been a pretty fun playthrough, pretty fun game to play and enjoy, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. As far as a rating scale, I don't know. I had something written down here, just kind of because it was the Red Ring Media thing, Red Ring for the Xbox, and you have 4 different nights. I was going to do 1 out of 4, or 2 out of 4, or 3 out of 4, or a full Red Ring, or whatever, But yeah, I'd give this thing. Boy, I don't know. The way I had this written down didn't really make a whole lot of sense. I said it's a red ring if it's bad. So, well, that would make sense because your console's failing. But I don't know. As far as 1 is bad, 4 is good. I don't know why I didn't do 5, but we'll do 5, 1 out of 5. So I'd give it a 4 out of 5. I mean, I think there's better games, and there's games that I'm more geared towards, and I think there's probably some ways that this system could have been a little bit better. But overall, for a 1-hour playthrough, and whether I would play it again or not, I'm definitely going to play this again. I think this is a lot of fun. So I appreciate it. Appreciate you tuning in, watching, and if you have any ideas or any suggestions for a game that you want me to play next, just let me know. All right, cool. Have a good one, everybody.